Coming up next on Arizona Horizon, we'll hear about new federally funded infrastructure upgrades at Sky Harbor. Also tonight, a local nonprofit works to help older adults remain connected, independent, and engaged. And an elementary school principal gives new life to a longtime Phoenix record store. Those stories and more next on Arizona Horizon.
Arizona Horizon is made possible by contributions from the Friends of Arizona PBS, members of your public television station.
Good evening and welcome to Arizona Horizon. I'm Ted Simons. The U.S. Transportation Department recently announced $18 million in grant funding for Sky Harbor. The funds will help support two major infrastructure projects at the airport. And to learn more, we welcome Davor Malik. He's Assistant Aviation Director at Sky Harbor. Welcome to Arizona Horizon. Good to have you here.
Good to be here.
$18 million in grant funding. This is for two projects, correct?
That is correct.
All right. The first with both infrastructure upgrades.
Both are massive infrastructure upgrades at Sky Harbor.
Okay, the first one is a new taxiway on, where would this be on the airfield?
So this is a new taxiway uniform on the west side of the airfield.
And how does that work? What is a taxiway? What's this all about?
So this is a crossfield taxiway, a particular type of taxiway. If you think of Sky Harbor, our terminal sits in the core, and then we have airplanes taking off and landing on the north and south side of the airfield. This taxiway is going to help us connect the west side of our airfield. So when you land or you're taking off at Sky Harbor, if you're departing or arriving at one side of the airfield, you don't have to go back all the way to your gate, and you can just cut through the airfield and get to your gate quicker.
Yeah, because sometimes you land and then the trip really starts. I mean, it can be a long ride.
Sometimes.
Yeah. The idea here is to cut that time in half, and also I would imagine just improve the overall circulation.
Yeah, a big result of this is going to be airfield improvement in terms of the overall aircraft circulation. We expect a reduction in congestion, improvements in taxi times, so passengers can get to their gates quicker.
Yeah, and I mean, significant reductions here. I know studies have been done. What are you thinking here?
Well, it's all dependent on the particular flight
right.
and the gate allocation. But overall, we do expect improvement in taxi times and a reduction in the congestion on the airfield.
And this is costing how much?
This grant that we've been just awarded is about $9.5 million. The overall project for the taxiway is $333 million. This is the final installment of the FAA grant that we have received. Prior to this, we had received 4 different grants for the same project, totaling, including this grant, we would have received about $209 million from the FAA.
The infrastructure bill that was passed a few years back, I mean, is that still kicking here?
Yeah, part of the grants we have received from the FAA were part of that bipartisan infrastructure law,
all right.
bill grant.
And again, end of next year, somewhere along those lines?
So we are planning right now the opening of this new taxiway close to the end of next year, 2027 or early 2028.
Okay, the second infrastructure holy smokes, a new 6-gate concourse at Terminal 3?
Phoenix is thriving, and Sky Harbor is keeping up with the pace with that. We are building a new 6-gate concourse in Terminal 3, and this will be on the north side of Terminal 3.
Okay, and is this different? Will it look the same? Will it feel the same as other concourses, or what do you got?
So the idea is to really embrace what the community and the Phoenix is about and take those sort of requirements in and provide an experience to our customers and our tenants and our airlines, state-of-the-art terminal and the state-of-the-art gates in the future.
State-of-the-art means what?
It means better amenities for our customers and passengers. It means better artwork. It means better and improved hold rooms at the gates, more facilities. We are planning for a really a great club lounge space for customers. And for the first time, we'll be able to offer our customers ability to be sort of indoor-outdoor so they can enjoy the outdoors right from within the concourse while they're waiting for their flight.
Interesting. And northern exposure, southern?
Northern exposure.
Okay,
they will have unobstructed views of Camelback Mountain.
Very nice. Okay.
While they're waiting for their flights.
Don't want to be sitting outside in a southern exposure or almost any time of the year around here. How much does this cost?
The construction cost in this project is $368 million. And this particular grant is for $8.5 million. This is specifically to build what we call as the apron. When you're waiting at the gate for your flight, when you see outside the window, you see the aircraft is parked. That area of the airfield where the aircrafts are parked is called the apron. And this grant specifically is targeted towards helping us build that apron for this new concourse on the west and the north side of it.
For these 6 gates?
For these 6 gates.
6 gates. Okay, can you tell me which airlines are going to be there?
I can't tell you today because we are still going through a process to figure out, based on the demand of the gates as well as the utilization. We will arrive at the allocation of the airlines at some point in the future.
Yeah, okay, I got you. Before you go, I hear like there's a whole new terminal headed for Sky Harbor. Is that true?
That is indeed true. We have started planning for a new international terminal at Sky Harbor. The tentative timeline we have for this terminal is opening in late 2033. So we've already started planning. We are now looking at sort of the needs of the future, how we need to build this terminal so it can represent the community, represent the growth that's happening here. It's a once-in-a-generation project that we're undertaking.
It has to be, but I want, where are you going to put it? I mean, it seems like everything's pretty compact and it kind of works pretty well right now. Where are you going to put this thing?
So, true, we are landlocked. We don't have a lot of open space. And nothing we do at Sky Harbor is greenfield. So we have to get creative. This new terminal will be built between to the west of Terminal 3 and to the east of this new taxiway that we just talked about, in between those two.
So there's enough room in between the taxiway and T3 to put a whole new terminal?
Yes, indeed. We will. This is going to be a great exercise for design and engineering.
Holy smokes. All right, so we'll keep an eye. It's going to be called T4?
Don't know what the new terminal will be called.
All right. Nawar Malik again, Sky Harbor Airport, $18 million in grant funding. And again, that will top off a couple of projects here, infrastructure projects regarding the taxiway and, of course, this new concourse, which sounds pretty exciting. Good to have you here. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Len Fowler passed away this morning, putting up the Christmas tree. Keeled over, fell down the ladder.
Len Fowler's death wasn't all it seems.
Murder. Miss Fisher's always right.
What's that all about?
Miss Fisher's gone on holiday again, sir.
Anyone dead yet?
Only one so far, sir.
Either Len Fowler was struck by lightning indoors, or he was electrocuted.
Must you find murder everywhere?
You know very well murder finds me.
Saturday night at 9 on Arizona PBS.
Oh my God, you went to space.
We mean to be a part of it. We mean to lead it.
It's incredible, from slavery to space in 4 generations.
We thought we were gonna be friends forever.
I can sell that to myself.
It's like you're going to Oz. It's glimmering, it's beautiful.
There's this whole universe out there. I want to find out how far we can go.
Tuesday night at 8 on Arizona PBS.
All Thrive 365 works to help older Arizonans age independently with a special emphasis on seniors with no traditional family support systems. The goal is to age safely and with peace of mind. Joining us now is Tammy Bohannon. She's president and CEO of All Thrive 365. Good to have you here. Thanks for joining us.
It's great to be here. Thank you for having us today.
Give me a better definition now of All Thrive 365.
So we believe everyone is on an aging journey and that everyone should thrive 365 days a year. And we have this holistic approach. Think of it as an embrace. We wrap our arms around the folks that we serve. And at our organization, we serve statewide. We believe we have 3 different pillars. We provide housing, health care, focus on health, and connection. And all 3 of those work together to create this holistic approach for folks.
And again, it sounds like there's an emphasis, at least an extra focus, on solo agers, which is a term I've just discovered, and that's out there. There's a lot of folks out there aging by themselves with no family support.
It certainly is a new term that we're hearing, and we're going to hear a lot more of it as our population ages. And Arizona's population is exploding. The older adult population is exploding. And what we're finding, Ted, is that 1 in 10 adults over the age of 50 live alone. No spouse, no partner, no children. And it makes the challenges of aging independently gives an extra layer to that. So we want to make sure that we provide people resources. Can it be a friendly caller? So we have a volunteer program where people make phone calls and just touch base. It reduces social isolation. That's that connection piece. There are a lot of other volunteer programs that I'm happy to talk about too.
But things like transportation, getting people around, that's got to be one of them.
Absolutely, absolutely. Transportation is the number 2 call that we receive to our navigators. Housing's first, but people need transportation. So, but it's not just a ride, right? It is getting you to a doctor's appointment or getting you to a grocery store. But it's connection, it's reassurance, it's allowing that person to continue to live independently.
Do people think that they can be solo agers because of the internet? You can go on Facebook, you can go on whatever, you can, do a Zoom or all that. Do they think that there's community there? And is there community there where there might not have been in generations past?
There could be a virtual community that will provide connection, but I don't think that's why people are a solo ager. I think the world has changed. People are having fewer children, families move away, and that's creating this phenomenon of the solo ager.
Are there enough of these services around for this growing population?
There are not enough of these services around. We really need to, as a state, as a nation, look at how are we going to address this aging population. But here in Arizona, we've got a lot of great volunteer opportunities. Our organization and several of our collaborators rely on volunteers. So there's volunteer transportation with Duet. That's one of our collaborating partners. They're amazing. So they serve neighbors with volunteers who take them to the grocery store, might come and visit, help them with paperwork, set up technology, just create that sense that they're able to live with peace of mind and independently.
Obviously, we've talked to Duet, and we've talked to other services out there as well. Everyone needs volunteers. I would imagine everyone really needs volunteers in the summertime, correct?
Well, a couple things are happening. One, people leave, our traditional volunteers, many of them leave for cooler climates, but summertime is also, it becomes more dangerous for our older adult population. The temperatures rise, and so they stay inside, there's more isolation, and it's dangerous to go out in the heat.
Yeah, but again, it would seem like it would be harder to find, obviously, and everything's harder in here in Arizona in summer in the Phoenix area. But with a growing older population, are you getting a growing supply, if you will, of volunteers who can help because the volunteers are aging as well?
Well, we need to do a better job telling people what those volunteer opportunities are. So I appreciate that chance today.
Please.
It's really flexible. People might be surprised. I don't want them to assume it could be an hour. It could be quick from your own home, making phone calls and touching base with someone. So there's a lot of opportunity and flexibility when you volunteer with our organization.
And again, you say, I'm interested, a holistic approach. What exactly does that mean?
So we want to wrap our arms around the people we serve. It's not just, if they don't have housing, or say they have housing, but if they don't have nutritious food, or they don't have a way to get to a doctor's appointment, then that housing isn't going to keep them independently or it's not going to help their health span live as long as their lifespan. So that holistic approach provides everything they need so they can age with confidence and stay independent, have peace of mind, and be healthy.
Okay, last question here. Where can you learn more to volunteer? Where can you learn more if you think someone might need this assistance?
I think the best place to go is our website, allthrive365.org. There's great information about our programs, and there's great information about volunteer opportunities.
All right, very good. Tammy Bohannon again, Allthrive 365. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
From the internationally famous Riverside Park Ballroom here in Phoenix, Arizona, we present one of the nation's great Western swing dance bands, Bob Fyatt and all the Western Playboys.
Well, I ain't got nobody, and nobody, baby, cares for me. Shark has such pretty teeth, dear, and it shows them pearly white.
Here we go. Tracks and Wax is a Central Phoenix record store that's been a fixture in the Phoenix music scene for decades. The store was put up for sale in 2025 and was purchased by a music-loving, record-collecting elementary school principal. And joining us now is the new owner of the iconic Tracks and Wax, Joshua Breezy. Welcome, Joshua. Congratulations on the purchase.
Well, thank you, Ted. Thanks for having me.
For folks who aren't familiar, who haven't been there like me in what seems like decades, what is Tracks and Wax?
So Tracks and Wax, I think I would say, is the last kind of grungy record store in Phoenix. We're located just south of Camelback on Central, on the east side of the street, and we specialize in selling new and used records.
What was your first experience at Tracks and Wax?
I've been a collector for quite a while. I grew up listening to records since I was a kid. Mom and Dad always had records around, so I collected until the different genres or mediums came out, and when I go out shopping, I like to hit up multiple record stores. And I still do that now, or if we go traveling somewhere else in another place, we always hit up a record store. And so Tracks and Wax was always on my route, and it got to a point where I stopped going in there because it just kind of felt like we weren't updating the inventory frequently, and it just didn't have the vibe I was looking for in a record store. So I kind of changed up.
But with that in mind, when you found out it was for sale, you bought it.
I did.
Why?
So it's always been a dream to own a record store. I absolutely love music. The school principal comes first. That's my main gig, my main job. But to unwind after a long day of hanging out with the kiddos, it's records, putting on records at home. I bought a collection probably about 6 or 7 years ago. I saw it pop up online somewhere, and I was like, I'll buy 400 records. I ended up wanting 10 of them, and so I have 390 records I didn't know what I was going to do with. So I started a small little business selling them and doing pop-ups, and the whole joy of that was to talk to people about music. So it wasn't necessarily about selling it, it was about talking to people about music. And we were in Spain, my wife's from Madrid, and so I saw the article pop up about Timmy selling Trax and Wax, and I said, hey, check it out. And she's like, yeah, right. As soon as we got back to Phoenix, I went straight to Trax and Wax and started hanging out with Timmy.
And the owner, and you decided to buy it.
Yeah.
What did the wife say? What did family and friends say? What did you think? Did you have reservations about this?
No, I did not. I knew this is what I wanted to do. A record store was the cool thing for me. Kind of also looking to the future. What do I want to do when I retire? And sitting behind the counter in a record store talking to music all day sounds like a pretty fun gig. So my wife she's been supportive throughout the process. That's your thing. She lets me take care of it, but she helps out once in a while. So if you come down the shop, you'll see her touch in the store.
And I was going to mention the fact that your family obviously helping out here, because you're still an elementary school parent. You still work full time.
Absolutely.
So how does that dynamic work?
Well, let's talk about what full time really is first. 60 hours a week-ish at school. So I support I'm very much a fan of the guide on the side, not the sage on a stage for both school and for the record store. So I'm kind of helping behind the scenes, ordering, making sure inventory is where it needs to be, keeping up on the employees, my family, making sure that we're providing a good experience for people that come in the shop.
And again, when you retire, whenever that might be, that's when you take over full time. That's when you're the sage on the stage.
Well, maybe. I think I think about it like you go to that Italian restaurant and the owner is, in his 80s and he comes around and says hey to everybody at all the tables.
Yeah.
Maybe something more like that. What album are you checking out there?
Well, and that kind of brings up another question here. Is it the recordings? And as someone who grew up with albums, obviously, just holding an album, looking at the artwork, reading the liner notes, even looking at the vinyl itself, it's an experience. I mean, it helps along with what you are listening to. Is that what gets you, or is it the conversation? Is it knowing that you are with like-minded people?
It's all of it. I think it's the enjoyment of music itself and the artists who create music, and they created all of this package for you to enjoy. And it gets lost with the digital media, and we're seeing a resurgence now of younger people coming in and having that experience for the first time and picking up an album, being able to enjoy the liner notes and the album art, and really being able to take that all in, because you can't do that on your phone. And so that's part of it. It's just all of it, the artist's intention of what they want you to hear and what they created. That's really what gets me the most. And so the reproduction, or the closest reproduction of the artist's intention, is what I love about music.
Yeah.
But of course, then the conversation comes along with it as well.
You mentioned the musicians themselves. Is there any idea of getting a little solo acoustic kind of stuff going there?
Yeah, great question. We're trying to open the store up to be more, invite the community in more, right? Not just we sell music. I'm thinking poetry slams, listening events. We already host listening events for new albums coming out. Maybe a new artist wants to play a guitar and they don't have a stage. You can come to Trax and Wax and we'll host you to do a little open mic stuff.
Yeah, we talk about vinyl, and it was amazing to me that vinyl made a resurgence, because I thought it was just gone with CD. I mean, I was wondering about it with 8-track tapes back in the day. You never know. But with streaming and everything, but it really has come back, and it really is the younger generation, and it's fascinating to watch.
It is, and I would like to say that it never really left, because there are a lot of record stores that have been around for a long time. Trax and Wax was 82 when it opened, and it survived all the other mediums. And I think now people are understanding that there's so much out there, and when you are relying on the digital media, sometimes you don't have much control over that. But when you have that physical media in your hand, you have control over what you listen to.
Yes, yeah. Is that the reason? I mean, obviously vinyl has made a comeback. CDs now, you think CDs will make a comeback?
They are, and you know what's funny is cassette tapes are actually.
Oh, I love cassette tapes. I love them because you can put whatever you want on there, and I use them.
So there's cassettes are coming out and being reissued again, and when artists are creating new albums, they're making tapes too.
All right, Mr. Record Store owner, give me your number one, and I mean number one, no fooling around here. Your favorite album of
favorite album.
Yes.
Wow, that's going to go deep with me. I'm a huge fan of Vince Guaraldi, and everybody knows Vince Guaraldi as Snoopy, or not Snoopy, but you know, the Peanuts and everything. But he has created some pretty amazing albums outside of Charlie Brown. So I recommend any one of his albums. If I was to go to a number one hit with his, he did an album where it was done in a cathedral live in San Francisco with a Catholic church, and it's got singing, it's got choir in it. Name is not here right now, but it's a fantastic album.
All right, that's something to look for. Maybe to look for Tracks and Wax, unless you spirit it off yourself because it's your favorite all-time.
Oh, we have one copy right now.
All right, Joshua Parisi, again, congratulations on the purchase and best of luck with Tracks and Wax.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate being here.
You bet. And that is it for now. I'm Ted Simons. Thank you so much for joining us. You have a great evening.
Support for Arizona PBS comes from viewers like you and from